Okay, well, I was gonna name the different kinds of tornadoes, but I feel like I don't have all of them, so I'm just gonna go right ahead to tornado facts. I'm gonna prop my phone up, because I feel like maybe that's a good idea. I didn't fuck with anything. Okay, so, I'm just gonna start off with facts, and then we're gonna talk about, the Joplin tornado, which I actually find really cool. I'm gonna talk about other kinds of serious tornadoes, too, because, well, obviously, Joplin isn't the only one. Okay, so, if you don't see a tornado moving at all towards any direction, nowhere, not left, not right, that means it's coming towards you. Tornadoes usually happen in March or June, April, or May, especially at 9 to 4 p.m. around those times and around those months. Certain tornadoes can grow in width in a matter of minutes or even seconds. And the rate of the tornado can quickly go up from an EF0 to an EF5 as quickly as it grows, so like in a matter of seconds too. An example is the Joplin tornado. Who somehow managed to do that, which is insane and terrifying to even think of. Some tornadoes grow up to the size of an entire town, so like miles long, miles long, and it can consume any entire town, just killing so many. EF5 tornadoes can go up to 100 to 250 miles per hour, so that's fast. But my favorite tornado, no, my favorite part of tornadoes is seeing them engulf the houses and kill everything in their path, throwing people, houses, debris, distances that are insane. Right. Okay, so that's all the facts, but the Joplin tornado, okay? The Joplin tornado from May 22nd, 2011 was an EF5 tornado, which is the worst level of tornado, if I didn't say that already. Many people say that the tornado had fungus and passed it to people, but it didn't have fungus, okay? It uncovered it. There's a huge difference between those things. You know what else? Some also said it ate the flesh of humans as they got them, which is insane to think about. It's like the dead man walking thing, which I really like. Some say they saw butterfly people in the air, but I think our minds create situations to comfort us in times of severe distress and like scaredness, traumatization, and these would have been like comforting for like kids to imagine, especially if they're like in their basement, isolated, and their parents are like upstairs or something, and they just like and they see that giant tornado. It's terrifying, and they picture things to distract them, you know. Another thing about distracting and like being scared of, storm chasing can absolutely lead to trauma, which I thought was pretty obvious, but apparently it's not. Could also have PTSD, anxiety, burnout, due to the constant adrenaline, witnessing devastation, physical exhaustion, and repeated exposure to high-risk situations, affecting mental health significantly, like a lot. Similar to disaster responders, chasers can experience flashbacks, severe anxiety, irritability, detachment, and difficulty coping, often compounded by the high stress, unpredictable nature of chasing severe weather. And they get flashbacks because, like, if they were doing this for a while, they could have flashbacks to times they almost died and times that they were so close to being sucked away into the tornado. They could have serious trauma from that, obviously. See, okay, I'll talk about the different tornadoes because it's only at 6 minutes. First one, dust devil. Not many people count it as a tornado, actually. Some people call it a baby tornado. So, it usually goes 20 to 60 miles per hour. It's EF0, usually. It's not really counted on the tornado list. Rope. Usually the smallest, short-lived tornado. Some people call it the needle. Most EF0 and EF1 tornadoes are ropes. Shows up mostly around the beginning and end of a tornado. Can sometimes get violent because of the wind compacting into a very small point. Cone. When a child thinks of a tornado, this is what they think of, because it's a cone. Almost rope-like at the ground, getting wider as you go up. So it's just how people would picture tornadoes, if you never really saw one before. It's mostly EF2 or EF3, but it could also be any rating. It really depends on the weather. Stovepipe. Cylindrical. Okay. It's pretty much the same as the cone tornado. It's a bit wider at the ground than a cone. Cause cones are like this. Stovepipes are like this. So it doesn't connect. Okay, wedge. Wider at the side to side than upwards. Typically high EF or F ratings, EF 4 or 5. Highest wind speeds on Earth have been from wedges. Nothing really that outdid it. Sometimes storm chasers cannot tell the difference between wedge tornadoes and the low-hanging clouds from a distance, making them notably dangerous, since you can't tell if they're even there. Rain-wrapped. So, it's a tornado, but it has rain wrapping around it. Increasingly more dangerous than a regular tornado. You cannot see them coming, since it's covered. As the name implies, a tornado wrapped in rain on every single side, so all around it, an entire cylinder or whatever it is, the entire cone shape, it's wrapped. Pair with the heavy precipitation supercells and thunderstorms. It looks like a simple rain front or cloud, so people can barely see it coming, because it just looks like a regular rain cloud. Twins. 2 different tornadoes, 1 storm system. They cycle around each other. So it's just one giant storm, and there's 2 tornadoes coming out. 2 separate tornadoes coming out, and they nocturnal. Much more dangerous than a regular tornado. It happens at night. That's why it's called nocturnal. There can be rain-wrapped nocturnal twin tornadoes, which is terrifying to think of, but it can happen. Multi-vortex satellite. Usually spins off of a larger tornado. Appears when a tornado is struggling to stay in one vortex. Okay, and I guess the bonus, I already talked about this one in my last video. It's the Dead Man Walking. It's a type of multi-vortex tornado. It's most infamous from the Gerald 6-5 F5. It's believed to be a sign that you will not make it through the tornado, and it could rip your skin off, as said. Which is, all those tornadoes are dangerous, even if they're like EF0, you still shouldn't go by them or go in them at all, because it's still dangerous, nonetheless. Even EF0 tornadoes, it can still pick up things. It could still I mean, I guess papers, but it could still pick up things nonetheless, and those things can hit you. Those things can hurt you. So, yeah. Okay. Now I want to talk about two different survivors that I heard about and I wanted to talk about because I thought it was insane. They both survived EF5 tornadoes, which is, as said, the most dangerous tornado anyone can survive. Okay, so during the Joplin, Missouri EF5 tornado, Stephen Weersing was thrown from his car, lifted into the tornado, slammed onto the ground, and miraculously survived despite severe injuries and rare fungal infection from debris, which is insane. Thrown, slammed into things, somehow survived that. It's crazy. He was in the tornado, inside of it. Okay, the next one is even more surprising because it's a baby named Alea who was tossed hundreds of feet away from her home and was found in the woods after the Bridge Creek tornado in 1999. Her and her family was literally torn apart from the tornado. Alea's grandfather described huddling in a closet with his wife, daughter, son-in-law, and baby granddaughter until they were thrown and scattered by the massive twister. Robert Williams' wife, that he was with, the baby's grandmother, died in his arms. Alea is around 27 now, and surprisingly, when she was thrown by the tornado, hundreds of feet away from her home, she was miraculously really okay. She was barely hurt. They found barely any scratches on her. Even if they did, I don't think I could show it on YouTube. So that's insane. I think that's all I have. Yeah, that's all I have. Okay.